Sergeant Eric Mueller is now the 11th police officer killed in the line of duty in Canada since September.
This has to stop. We need to be there to protect the people who put their lives on the line every day to protect the rest of us. That's something we're continuing to look at. Merci.
A number of people in the police community are now asking the government to do more to safeguard first responders on the job across this country. One of those people is Mark Baxter, president of the Ontario Police Association. He joins us now from Ottawa this morning. Good morning to you.
Good morning. First,
we want to send our deepest condolences to you and all of your colleagues for the death of Sergeant Mueller. He is one of 11 officers who have died in the line of duty in Canada since September. 6 of those officers were in Ontario. You represent 28,000 civilian and sworn police officers across the province of Ontario. What are you hearing from your members about how they're feeling this morning?
Our members are, once again grieving and mourning the loss of Sergeant Mueller, and we send our deepest condolences to all of his family and to his colleagues at the detachment and everyone that he works with and everyone in his community. Our members are angry. This is the 10th police officer in 9 months to be killed in Canada. 9 of them have been murdered. 5 have been in Ontario, and the police officers that in Ontario that have been killed have all been killed because they were wearing a uniform, and they've been targeted and killed because they're a police officer. And, in addition to that, we've got 2 police officers in London that were shot, fortunately survived in February. And we also had a number of officers in Barrie that were stabbed. And so we've got this attack on policing, on our members who are going to work every day to keep their community safe. They wake up in the morning, they leave their loved ones at home to answer the call to ensure the safety and security of everyone in their community, and they're being attacked while they're at work. And so we are committed to working with all levels of government to drive some change to make the environments in which our members are working safer so that they can keep their communities safe.
Mark, why is it becoming more dangerous for police right now?
I don't have the answer, and certainly if we did, we maybe wouldn't be in this situation. But the reality is, something has to change. Our members are very highly trained. I often, boast that, in my view, police officers in the province of Ontario are the best trained police officers in the world. And when the problem is when the killings that we've seen in Ontario, the murders of these officers, they're being ambushed. And so, there's not really any level of training that you can prepare for someone that's going to be ambushed. So, we've got to work with the government to come up with solutions to create safer environments for our members when they're at work.
Mark, one of the conversations is around bail reform right now. How do you think bail reform could help?
Certainly, in this case, we don't know the facts, but we know that there have been officers, in Ontario that were murdered by someone who was out on bail or who's a repeat offender. And so we've been working hard with the federal government and with the provincial government and putting some pressure on the feds to say we need some bail reform, specifically as it's related to repeat and violent offenders, because what the revolving door that is happening in our justice system needs to end. Repeat violent offenders are routinely arrested, released, rearrested, and released again. And we've got to do something like that. We're waiting anxiously on the federal government. They announced, I think it was back in March, that they're going to make some changes. We haven't seen any legislation yet, but we're continuing to anxiously wait for them. I think that'll create some safer communities. That'll make our communities safer, and then we'll have the effect of making the environment in which our members working safer.
Mark Baxter, we appreciate your time. Thank you.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you liked this, be sure to subscribe here, or you can check out more Your Morning videos right here.